to Digging for Compliments, Part 7. We'll be looking at predicate adjectives today. And we want to know what a predicate adjective is. We looked at predicate nominatives yesterday. Now we're looking at the adjective counterpart that will follow a linking verb. So a predicate adjective is an adjective complement that follows a linking verb and describes the subject. Make sure you know it follows a linking verb, describes the subject. That is the key factor here when we're recognizing predicate adjectives. Let's look at a few examples that you have on your page. We have the sky is red. Okay, now we have a linking verb is, and this linking verb is then has a describer that is describing the sky, and so we would call that a predicate adjective. It's red, and it is describing the sky, and so we can read it backwards. If you can read it backwards, if you can read the predicate adjective in front of the subject, and it makes sense, then you have found the right word. So we can read red sky. All right, let's do one more example here before we get into our exercises. So this milk tastes sour. Again, we have a linking verb, tastes, because the milk cannot do anything. It cannot perform an action. So we know it's a linking verb. And we have a word after it that is an adjective describing the milk. So we have a sour milk, right? And so we can read it that way as well. So we have a predicate adjective is sour, sour milk. That makes sense. All right? So make sure that we can realize that you're going to have to find the verb, then find the subject, and then ask if it's a noun or an object after the linking verb. It's going to be a predicate nominative. But if it's a describer, such as an adjective, then it's going to be a predicate adjective after the linking verb. And we can read them all together. Sky is red. Milk tastes sour. And those would work. All right, let's look at thinking skills A. Let's read the directions together. We have label the linking verb LV, and then the subject S, and the predicate adjective PA. Every sentence in this exercise will have a predicate adjective and will have a linking verb. You must find them and a subject. Let's look at some examples that I made up. The climbing roses are beautiful now. So we're going to find the verb, which is are, and it is a linking verb. So we have a linking verb are. What are beautiful now? Roses, and roses are beautiful. And so our predicate adjective is going to be beautiful, and we can read it, beautiful roses. And it makes sense. So roses are beautiful as well. You can read it that way as well. So make sure you're practicing this way, okay? This is a new concept, so you want to make sure you practice the way you're being taught. Let's look at another example. The newly blossomed pansies were lovely. We have a verb again, and it's going to be were. And what were? It's pansies were. And what were they? They were lovely, and so we have a predicate adjective. And we can again read this backwards saying lovely pansies. And that makes sense. So we're going to do exercises 1 through 9 here on page 27. So complete thinking skills A, page 27, 1 through 7. After completing exercise or thinking skills A, 1 through 7, move on to thinking skills B. And we'll be looking at thinking skills B. So make sure you've paused the video before this so you complete 1 through 7. Now thinking skills B, draw 2 lines under each linking verb. Draw 1 line under each subject. Write PN in the blank if the italicized complement is a predicate nominative. Write PA if it is a predicate adjective. Let's look at some examples before we get into the lesson here. So we have the tiger's coat was light orange. Again, we're going to identify this verb. We're going to underline it twice. So was is our verb. We'll underline it twice. What was light orange? The coat. Okay, coat was light orange. And then we have a describer. It's describing what color the coat was, so we're going to have a predicate adjective. Orange and that italicized is going to be a predicate adjective. Susan is a student at Chicago Culinary Arts. All right, we're going to find the verb, which is. Who is a student at Chicago Culinary Arts? Susan, we're going to underline once, and then student. So we're equating that this noun is going to be equated with another noun, which is student. Susan is student, so we have predicate nominative. So we can read again, orange coat would work, and student, all right, is Susan. Susan's student. Student is a student. And those would work. Okay? So we're going to complete thinking skills B, numbers 1 through 9. Our key word for the day is description. Please make sure that you leave a private comment in this assignment for this. And then also complete page 28. You're going to be doing page 27, thinking skills A and B. We did some examples there. And then complete page 28, continuing thinking skills B, 10 through 15. And then do thinking skills C, 1 through 5. A predicate adjective must modify the subject. Be able to explain why the following italicized adjectives are not predicate adjectives. Draw an arrow to the word that each one modifies. Okay, so go ahead and do 1 through 5 there. And then read the look closely. And if a sentence does not have a linking verb, it will not have a predicate adjective. Predicate adjectives come directly after the linking verb unless the sentence is a question. And here you can see on your paper, page 29, were you sick yesterday? And were is the verb, sick is the subject, and describing is predicate adjective as sick. And then read each subject, verb, and predicate adjective together. If you have chosen the correct words, they will make sense. Then finally, you're going to do write D on page 28 and read the directions below. Write your sentences in the space provided. And you're going to use think C on 1 and 2 there. Okay? So make sure you do all these assignments for the day. And once you are done, make sure you please send me a picture of your completed assignments, and then I will be able to pick these up at a later time in your folder. And we'll see you in the next lesson.